Where are we going today?
Camping.
Camping! Yay! We're just waiting for Daddy to come back.
3 hours.
It's a 3-hour journey, yeah, roughly about that. We're going to stop as well along the way, but so we're all ready to go. We're just waiting for Daddy. He's just gone to get something from the house. And we're going to be going in a few minutes. We're going to be setting off.
I have a squishy.
Squishy. You excited, guys?
Yeah. Holding this.
We're going camping with Nanny and Grandad. So we shall see you soon.
Not playing this game. I do not feel you. I'm not crossing that tape. It would be a shame. So listen, baby, listen carefully, 'cause I got something to say. I feel us waiting. Listen carefully.
So this is the point we'd arrived at the campsite, and Neil was just checking in at reception and just grabbing some leaflets and details and bits and bobs. So we went through and obviously set everything up, and I'll just take you around. It's pretty self-explanatory. Over in the corner you can see the shower block and the toilets and everything, and that's Ian and Linda's tent there just next to that white car with the roof box, obviously our car and our tent. And also I'll just pan round and show you sort of the general campsite. You can see there's quite a few tents, there's some caravans and some camper vans as well that were in there with us. And that piece of green behind that blue van there, that was where the kids played quite a lot with their ball games and things like that. I just had a run around.
We will see things clearly. On top of the world is what we deserve.
So it's just gone 10 to 5 and we are here. We've arrived at the campsite and we've set up the tent and the bedding and all the sleeping bags and everything like that. The kids are playing with their toys. Outside the tent. And as you can see, we set up the chairs outside. The bags are in here. The cooler boxes plugged in. We've got a mains point at the back behind the tent, over the back here. And it is very warm here. It's nice and warm inside the tent, so I don't know whether we're actually going to even need the heater, because I think it's going to be warm enough already. It's very, very cosy.
This is big rock.
I cannot beat you. No, I won't have it, babe. Not playing this game. I do not feel you. I'm not crossing that tape. It would be a shame. So listen, baby, listen carefully, 'cause I got something to say. I feel us waiting. Listen carefully. Let's stop this charade. Stop this charade.
So after we got settled and set up everything, we decided to go out for a meal at a local pub called the Clay Cutters Arms. And as you can see, the food was lovely. It really was delicious, actually. You really got your money's worth. We had a couple of drinks, and then we made our way back to the tent for the rest of the evening. Obviously settled the kids down for bed. We were all, I think, quite tired from the travelling and everything like that. It was a busy day. And this is the following morning. I got up really early. I ended up waking up, I think it was about 5:45. I just decided to get up and everybody else was asleep. I grabbed a cup of chilled coffee from the cooler box, and I just sat outside the tent and just enjoyed the peace and quiet. And I also sat and did my makeup as well, so that I was pretty much ready, apart from getting dressed and just brushing my hair through after everyone got up. And I was out there for about an hour and a half, I think, until people started to get up. Neil and Zach got up, and Neil took Zach to the bathroom, and Amelia was still asleep. So was Neil's mum and stepdad. They were asleep for a little bit longer.
Strength to go on together. To go on together. Yeah. To go on together. To go on together. dancing closely together and staying forever young. What about you and I then? Can we two find a way to align with each other? Let's move closer to a new history. Find out what
So once we were all up and ready, we decided to go to Paignton seafront, the beach, and it was about an hour or so, just over an hour away, so it wasn't too far, and we spent a little while on the beach, and it was a lovely warm sunny day. It doesn't look it on the camera, but it was actually sunnier than what it appears, and it was really warm. It was a lovely day for being on the beach, not too hot and obviously not chilly either. And as you can see, obviously the kids and Ian and Neil went in the sea as well, so they thoroughly enjoyed themselves. They did, after this particular clip, they did actually end up changing into their swimming gear, and they just submerged themselves completely, but this is when they were just sort of like getting used to it. This is just after we got there. We sat on the beach for a couple of hours, and then we decided to have a look around the amusements and the fairground rides, and I went on this caterpillar ride with Amelia, and Neil went on there with Zach because he wanted to go on, and I think it was a little bit faster than what he thought it was going to be, even though it wasn't overly fast, but for him it seemed fast, I think, and it's the first time he's been on a ride like this, so he was a little bit nervous. It took him a little while to recover, but he was fine. He didn't cry or anything.
Cause I got something to say.
So it is Saturday evening, early evening, and it's 25 to 6. We've just got back from Paignton seafront, and we've had a lovely day. We sat on the beach for about an hour and a half, 2 hours, and the kids had a paddle in the sea, and Neil's stepdad went in as well. While we kind of like sat on the beach, I sort of had a paddle, just sort of like dipped my feet in a little bit. It was pretty cold, but it was actually quite nice once you got used to the temperature. So we're back at the campsite now, and the kids are over sort of on the green area at the back here, just playing football with their dad, and Ian's getting a barbecue ready, and I think Linda's sort of like helping him and doing bits and pieces. So I'm just like sat in the tent. I'm thinking that I might possibly go for a shower in a bit, just an early one, just to sort of like wash off sun cream and sand and horrible stuff, just get comfy for the evening really. So yeah, we're gonna have a barbecue, just sort of some burgers, some hot dogs maybe, and some salad stuff, a few sort of chicken bits and whatever. I think I got some pasta for the kids as well, so they can have some of that on the side if they don't fancy burgers or hot dogs or anything. I'm not sure what we're doing tomorrow. I don't know what the weather's going to be like. It might possibly rain a little bit. We might have a few showers here, so we'll see what the weather's like, and we'll sort of have a look and decide what we're going to do. We may go off to the zoo, or we may perhaps go to the swimming pool or something just down the road. We've got swimming costumes and stuff for the kids and all of our swim gear, so we could always perhaps go down there and spend an hour or two in the pool, and just sort of maybe chill out, just find some other stuff to do. It's been a really lovely sunny day. It wasn't too cold on the beach either, which was really nice. Hoping that the rain stays away tomorrow, but just in case it doesn't, we're sort of like have a couple of different plans on standby, just decide what we're going to do, weather depending really. Perhaps come up with a plan A if it's a decent day, and then a plan B if it is raining a bit. But yeah, for now, yeah, we're just going to go and have some dinner and just chill out for the evening, I think. Hello everybody, so it is now Monday morning and we are home, as you can see, and we ended up coming back a day earlier. The plan was originally to come back today, so we weren't going to get back, we would have been back at sort of like this evening, but we ended up coming back yesterday, Sunday. We had a cooked breakfast in the morning, then went swimming with the kids, and then we went back to the campsite, and we decided that we were going to pack up everything and come home a day earlier. Turned out the weather forecast said there were going to be showers down that way pretty much all day today, starting from really early. The weather has been really, really nice all weekend, and the tent hasn't got wet or anything like that. So we figured that rather than trying to put away a wet tent with the 2 young kids running around and trying to pack our cases and everything else into the cars, we would come back with a dry tent, and while we were packing up, the kids were able to sort of just play ball games and things like that on the green just behind us where we were pitched. Just sort of, they were just amusing themselves and playing with their toys and stuff while we were getting everything sorted. So although we obviously wanted to stay the extra day, by the time we'd come back from swimming and gone back to the campsite, it was sort of like mid-afternoon anyway. So we figured that we weren't really going to do much from then on anyway, so we may as well actually just pack up everything and save the hassle for doing it in the rain. So yeah, we ended up coming back yesterday evening, Sunday evening, and we got back, I think it was sort of like soon after 8 or half 8 or something like that in the evening. We bought a few things in from the car, but we didn't bring everything. We just decided to leave it until today. We just wanted to kind of get the kids in and sort of ready for bed, and sort of try and wind them down and settle them down for bedtime. And then this morning we ended up unpacking the rest of the stuff. Neil bought the rest of the stuff out from the car, brought it down to the house. So yeah, we didn't need anything for yesterday from the cases particularly. We just sort of like left it all in there until today. It's currently just after 11, so we just spent the morning just unpacking cases and putting stuff away and getting bits and pieces sorted. Not really any major plans for today. I think we're just going to sort of relax a little bit, chill out. Neil's back at work tomorrow, Tuesday, so yeah, he's literally got today, and that was another good reason for coming back a day earlier as well, so that at least we'd be here, and you know, certainly as far as Neil's concerned, he could just literally like chill out and just relax for his last day, and then go back to work fresh tomorrow. So yeah, no particular plans really for today. The kids are in the living room watching their iPads at the minute. We didn't have Wi-Fi connection at the campsite, and Amelia kind of watched a little bit on our phones and stuff like that, or mainly Nanny's phone, but that was kind of like on data and stuff like that, you know, roaming data, so she couldn't watch it too much in comparison to Wi-Fi. So yeah, she's obviously missed that, and Zach's missed it a little bit too, I think, but they're certainly making up for it now. So yeah, they've been playing this morning, and now they're sort of like having some screen time, and it just gives me a chance to kind of get a load of washing in. I've already put a load in, and that's out on the line. I've got a couple more loads to do, so hopefully if the weather holds up and it stays nice, which is supposed to be nice here today, I can get that out on the line as well, and then any other washing I can sort of like, you know, just finish up maybe tomorrow or something if I don't manage to get it all done today. There is quite a bit, because the wash bin was already 3/4 full when we left the house on Friday, and there's obviously even more that we brought back with us, as well as the regular stuff to do. So yeah, there's probably about 4 or 5 lots of washing to do in total, so I'll try and get that done sort of like today and tomorrow if I can, try and get it finished, and then obviously I'll be putting the clothes and stuff away. So yeah, just a fairly chilled out day today. I've put the hot tub on this morning because the kids were sort of talking about going in the hot tub or whatever if it didn't rain or anything like that, so may let them go in later on. We don't have the hot tub on all the time just because of the electricity bill would just be huge, so when we just put it on when we know that we're going to be going in it sort of later on that day or whatever, or in the evening. And yeah, it just sort of like put it on for a few hours just to get it up to temperature, and then switch off when we're not using it, and yeah, it just saves on the electric really. So yeah, I've put that on this morning, and yeah, the kids I think will probably go in that later on. But apart from that, yeah, we're not really doing much. Yeah, I've got some tidying up and bits and pieces to do around the house, just try and get everything back into some kind of order. And yeah, and then it will just be kind of the rest of the week. I'm not sure what we've got planned, but yeah, overall we had a lovely time. We had a lovely weekend away. It was nice, change of scenery, doing something a bit different. And yeah, it was lovely. The kids enjoyed the beach, they enjoyed the fairground, and sort of walking around and going into the park. There was a big play park there as well, on the seafront, so they enjoyed that. They spent a little bit of time there. Yeah, it was just really nice, just really laid back and relaxed, and I think that's what we kind of all needed really, just to switch off for a couple of days or so. And like I say, I mean, even if we'd have come back today, we wouldn't have been doing much anyway. Most of that would have been travelling, because we had to be out of the campsite by 11. So we literally would have left by probably about 10, half 10. And then, you know, most of it, half the day would have been travelling and then coming back and getting everything unpacked and sorted. At least this way, Neil gets a full day where he's sort of like pretty much switch off rather than driving and stuff and then having to go to work the next day because he's due back to work tomorrow. Tuesday, so at least that gave him an extra amount of time. And like I say, I'm just going to catch up with stuff here, and then we'll see what we do for the rest of the week. We may just have a chilled out next few days, or I don't know, we may do something. It depends on the weather, I guess. Maybe take the kids to the park or something like that. Neil will be at work, obviously, but yeah, we shall see. I'm hoping to get out in the garden at some point this week. Just to have a tidy up. It's in need of a bit of a tidy. The grass is still really brown. That's not going to need cutting, I don't think, for the rest of the summer. I mean, there's only sort of a few weeks or so left really of summer, so I'm not going to bother doing that. It's only had a couple of cuts because we've had the heat wave here and nothing's really grown. But yeah, hopefully that should last now for the rest of the time. But I do need to like do some weeding and sort of trimming back brambles and things like that. So it's just a basic tidy up the playhouse as well. So I'll get that done. But yeah, apart from that, nothing really to report. Nothing else to report. I do apologise for not filming as much as I wanted to film. I mean, in the swimming pool when we took the kids swimming yesterday, the pool wouldn't allow cameras or videography there, so obviously I couldn't film anything with the kids in the pool. And I failed with the showing you the barbecue or anything like that. I completely forgot. I kind of obviously vlogged a little bit for the beach, and yeah, the fairground. Obviously you saw Neil and Zach on the fairground ride and a couple of the attractions there, but yeah, it was just more sort of a relaxed, laid back camping weekend really, not up to anything major or anything too strenuous. So it was lovely. So that's it from me. I'm going to sign off here. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to keep up with more videos. I try and post a video every Sunday, so stay tuned for those, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye guys.
We just hit the end of the road. Right now it doesn't even matter. It's too late not to let it go, and that's why I wish you the best and say goodbye. You start to get dressed and then we cry, 'cause we both know it's gonna hurt, but not as much as this does. We had a good run, don't say we didn't. I was your first love, and you were my first one. Cheers to all the memories, the venom and the remedies, yeah. Promise I won't forget, yeah. Maybe it's something in the water, yeah. Or maybe we just hit the end of the road. Right now it doesn't even matter, yeah. It's too late not to let it go, and that's why I wish you the best and say goodbye. You start to get dressed and then we cry, 'cause we both know it's gonna hurt, but not as much as this does. So baby, bye. It's for the best and you know why. You gotta leave me here tonight before we make this even worse. It's gonna hurt even more than this does. We gave it all we had. It's time to say bye, baby, bye. I'll be, you'll be, yeah, we'll be fine. So let's call it a night, and that's why I wish you the best.